Hey, welcome back to Follow the Money. For some reason, media is ignoring one of the most critical aspects of the existing presidency: Trump's money. I mean, we don't have access to his tax returns, so we don't really know exactly where his money rests. We should. And fortunately, that decision rests on a appeal process that's actually happening now. But with a little bit of digging, it's easy to find out where his money rests. And big companies like Forbes have figured out these things, and as they quantify how many billions President Trump is worth, things become clear. In fact, by looking at Trump's money, you can get an idea of his strategy and why he's pushing for the U.S. to open back up. It's it's so in your face. I'm surprised big media hasn't picked it up or even covered the story. I mean, there's an article on their website, but no one's truly talking about how Trump is getting hurt by the coronavirus. So, before the coronavirus, Trump was worth roughly $3 billion. I mean, no one actually knows because we don't know what his property's worth. We don't know what his total asset lies is. We don't know what some of the ownership is. He's a pretty secretive guy. But Forbes has conservatively said he's worth about $3 billion, or was worth about $3 billion. Over the last 4 months, his net worth has dropped by a third. He's now only worth about $2 billion. You know why? His about 3/4 of his entire investments has been harmed by coronavirus. His number one investment, we're talking about $1.5 billion of assets tied, or financial assets tied into this one category of investments: commercial real estate. Commercial real estate is down by over 50%. I mean, why do we need to rent out this overpriced commercial New York office if our workers can just work from home? Why would we renew leases when we figured out a strategy to keep our workers at home? I mean, the commercial real estate industry isn't going to bounce back like it was before, because now employees are trying to train their employees, or employers are trying to train their employees to be independent. So the commercial real estate industry has been dead. And then once we consider, the Amazon effect and warehousing and industrial spaces declining, we can get a bigger picture of like, oh, okay, his investment's hurting right now, and coronavirus is doing a number on him. In fact, it's so blatant that it seems as if coronavirus is targeting him and targeting his assets directly. It is such a weird thing. So, it was worth 1.5 billion. It was worth 1.5 billion. Now, the second biggest investments that he have is in hotels. In March, the average revenue of rooms in March was $20. $20. Right now, it's like double that, $40. But traditionally, like last year, but pre-COVID, it was over $100 a room. So revenue from hotels have been cut in half. His Businesses are hurting. His number one asset actually is golf courses. Sorry, but golf courses could be lumped into the commercial property as well. Golf courses seems to be having a little bit of boost because people, you can be distanced away from each other. You can have a conversation. You can have activities. So golf courses have been pretty good for him. It's been stable at least. But those that other asset, that main $1.5 billion asset, commercial real estate, has hurt him. Um, and the commercial real estate industry isn't bouncing back, and I don't see a path forward for a profitable commercial industry, at least as profitable as it was pre-COVID. Hotels are empty. No one's traveling. No one's traveling. No one's going to be traveling like we were 2 years ago for quite a while, for quite some time. Trump's branding, his name, there's not a brand in America that wants to be tied to Trump. I mean, some people will support his policies, but no one's going to build a new Trump hotel. It's too divisive. It's too divisive. Trump steaks? No. Trump soda? No. No one wants to do that anymore. The presidency has harmed Trump brand. And you know how we can get commercial real estate back up? Do you know how we can get hotels back to capacity, to full capacity? Open up the country. Let's get people moving around so they can spend money at my hotels. That would make sense, right? Yeah, go ahead. A few thousand people might die, but my hotels won't default on their loans. It's crazy. And this is without a detailed understanding of his financial interest. This is what his financial interest was. I wonder what they actually are right now. I wonder what other industries are tied into this presidency. Do you know how to get offices back renting? Stop people from working at home. You know why he want people to go to school? You know why he want kids to go to school? People can work outside the home. If kids stay home, parents will be forced to work from home. Organizations will work around the idea of someone has a kid at home. New management strategies will develop. That can only happen if kids are at school. If kids aren't at school. But if kids go back to school, boom, they can go back to their office and the demand for office space goes up. So a lot of this coronavirus approach, a lot of the strategy that he's using benefits himself. And we should be talking about it. That's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. Till next time.